Okay, we should be live now. Finally. Here, let's get the mic adjusted. There we go. That should be good. Alright, let's check the audio real quick.
That should be good.
Okay, that sounds fine. So I apologize for the delay. I guess that's one way to put it. So once I get this set up, I'll get everybody in and we will explain the plan, because there's one thing for setting up that I haven't done, but I figured I could do it pretty easily while live and it won't take that long. Okay, let's open up the streams chat. What's good, boys? Pokemon, Nickinator, Sports Gaming, Barker, Garrett. What's good, fellas? Okay, so all the rosters are set up. That's what I've been doing for the past couple of hours, which I always seem to miss time how long that's going to be. But there is one thing we haven't done, or that I haven't done. So what I have to do before the first year is I have to turn everybody from owners into coaches. I could keep everybody as owners, but I figured you guys would rather have them as coaches just so we can keep like accurate win-loss records and stuff like that. So even though it'll take probably like a good 15 minutes, I figured you guys would probably rather me be live sooner than later, and that we can actually get like accurate like records and stuff. Let's just ignore the fact that Octi was actually, it was 42 minutes. So you're wrong. So I'm going to be creating new characters for everybody. That's why I needed the coach names in there today, although most of you guys already had that. So we're going to do that real quick, and then we can finally start watching actual football. I think I'm just going to make everybody... I have all the staff stuff on auto, so it doesn't really matter. I'll just make everybody staff builders. So we'll go from the bottom to the top to create everybody, and then we can actually start. If you guys actually care about your coach's appearance, you can also put that in here, since I am doing it live. Malcolm Tremblay is going to be the best coach of all time. No. So if I do create your coach and you want me to like change something, now is the time to do so. We'll give Mr. Dutton here a big beard. And then, is everything in settings the way it should be? Yeah, that looks all right. Okay, everything is right in settings. So I just have to make the coaches. Good. Oh, do I have to retire first? Oh. Okay, so I think I have to retire first. I made sure to whatchamacallit, to do all the roster stuff first, because sometimes when you like create a new character, you can't always do roster stuff that week. Make Malcolm... Yeah, if you made like a former player from the OFL, like Malcolm Tremblay, I figured I would just make them look like how they would accurately look like. But this part shouldn't take too long, especially considering I don't have to edit anything in settings. So it's just like the coach's appearance. This should not take longer than 15 minutes. And then after, not just like 45 minutes delay, but more like probably about 3 hours delay. Which one was the one with the beard? It was this one. Yeah. More like 3 months. We should have been doing this back in October, but with issues with the console and then the draft class. But now we're finally done with, Madden being annoying, and now we can actually start. Make my coach Kasim Lamb. Okie dokie, I can do that. Do I want to do... What the hell? Oh. Just so it's easier, we'll just give it to the Wizards coach for now, and then I'll change it. I should have made myself retire first, but whatever, it's fine. I know how this works, Matt, and I've been playing your game for Well, since it came out. Is your coach Javi Beretta? Well, I haven't created everybody's coach yet, but if your name in the server is Javi Beretta, then I'll know to make him. Juan Blanco, just make him as Hispanic as you can. That would make sense for a guy named Juan. Yaku skinny with facial hair. Okie dokie. Well, since everybody's doing legends, I'm going to create... We're going to make Big Phil. You want to look huge. Okay, I can do that. Nope, we don't want that. I don't know if there are any gingers in here. I think Phil was technically a ginger, so we got to make him like the lightest skin possible. He kind of had a beard. Nice hairdo. We'll give him the beard and then just random accessories. There we go. That guy doesn't have a beard at all, but we'll roll with it. The command failed. Of course it did. Why? I don't think you can give coaches waves, but we'll roll with it. Why is it not working? Okay, we'll do someone else first. This game is weird. I want retire. Hope my team can contend, even though my team is so weak at every... I mean, you guys have good offensive skill position players. Jalen Hurts has guys to throw the ball to. Isn't Kasim Lamb a wide receiver that got smoked by Boyett? Probably, although Kasim Lamb was a baller. But so is Trent Boyett. Those were two of the best. And ironically, wasn't Boyett like an 85 overall? Yet Kasim Lamb was undrafted. So they were both good in totally different ways, but it works. I'm just doing everybody in order, so it's just easier that way. I don't know if Madden has Afros either, but if they do, I'll give you what you want. But I don't know if they haven't. Wish I had Smirnov as my quarterback still. I mean, Smirnov proved us wrong, although it's not like Smirnov was bad when he got drafted. It was just that he didn't have the dev. Brady Boatwell's pretty much the opposite. Like, he's not good, which Smirnov was, but he is the dev trait. We need thin. Malcolm Tremblay was skinny as hell. Yeah, we'll give him the one with the hair. Oh, so that worked, but why doesn't it work for Vikings? Do they not want me to coach? Madden does not want Phil Chippendale to be a coach here. But when I go to the Vikings, it says, why? Why doesn't it work? That is so weird. I'll have someone else retire and then try? This game is just weird. For the teams that are CPU, we'll think of something creative. Not that the Shamrocks are, since they got a new coach today. But okay, now that I have two teams retired, does it work for us now? EA does not like Phil Chippendale, apparently. EA didn't like Phil Chippendale in Madden 21. I know EA likes me, but EA did not like Phil. Okay, now it works. So now it's probably not going to work for the Shamrocks. Will you allow us to do full staff management, like scouts and staff? I haven't really figured out how I'm going to do that yet. I think we can still do that like in season. So I'm not entirely sure how that's all going to work. He named himself Byron Rightwich. How funny. Instead of Byron Leftwich, it's Byron Rightwich. The next head coach of the Buccaneers, because Bruce Arians is not sticking around, boys. You heard it here first. EA likes Shoddy more. I mean, EA didn't really like Shoddy that much either, if we're being honest. Which size would he be? I guess this is fine. We'll give him something random. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't work. That's weird. Why don't we just make everybody retire? And then create all the coaches. My parents just asked if I wanted to watch Ghostbusters. Ditch them for OFL. Hell yeah! He says, spend time with your mother, man. In the group chat you're in, it said Byron Leftwich will be a bad head coach because he's a quarterback coach. I think Byron Leftwich has his question marks because he doesn't really run the show there on offense. So I don't know if he'd be as good of a hire as people think, but are they saying he'd be bad because he works with quarterbacks? That is kind of dumb reasoning. Like, I have my questions about him, and I don't think he'd be a home run for most teams. I think he would be for the Jaguars since he wants to get Balky out. So by getting Balky out, it would be a good hire. Because the Jaguars are just a mess. But yeah, he was an offensive coordinator, although he didn't really run the show. Bruce Arians and Tom Brady, I imagine, were the catalysts of the offense, but Byron Leftwich was in the building with them. Do you have over 53? I guess we'll see when we cross by your... Or I guess we already did, since we're on the Pioneers. You have not missed anything except for us turning the owners into coaches, and then we're actually going to start. So what games are we officially watching? Because the poll changed all day. So week 1, by one vote, the Lions and the Beats barely beat out the Bears and the Jaguars. So Detroit and Brooklyn, that's an interesting game. I think the Lions are going to be really good. And then the Beats, that's just a giant question mark, which makes them interesting. And then week 2, in a blowout, we have the Black Knights and the Wizards. So we get to see a few relocation teams today with the Beats, Black Knights, and Wizards. Sirianni didn't run the offense in Indy, and he's a great coach. That's true. Although Sirianni still isn't overly proven, but he did have a very good first year. You don't have to be a play caller to be a good coach. Dan Campbell had no experience of calling plays before he came here, and then midway through the season, he took over calling offensive plays, and the offense was way better after he did that. So you don't have to be a play caller to be a good coach, and you can become a good play caller. Dan Campbell, when he was calling plays, the offense was way better than it was with Anthony Lynn. Oh, that's the hobby picture. Okay, that's what I'll go off for his appearance. What's good, Nick? What's good, Gary? I'm trying to see good old Tom. This is going to be the last year that Tom's in the OFL, I guess, unless he doesn't retire, which, personally, I think Tom Brady will retire. I think the reason why it's like being questioned right now is because I think Tom wanted to reveal it himself, and the ESPN guys, they wanted to be the first ones to reveal it because that makes them look good. I think they're right. I think Tom Brady will retire. I just think he wants to do it on his own terms. So that's why his camp is like, no, he hasn't made his decision. He has. I think he is done, but it was leaked, and those guys wanted to reveal it. So that doesn't make like Adam Schefter any worse of a reporter. That just makes him look like, I don't know, a butthead. So even though Tom Brady isn't officially retired, I do think it is legit. I just think he wants to be the one to be like, yeah, I'm retiring. Because, I mean, he's arguably the greatest player of all time, or at least one of, so you'd think it would be more authentic if he's the one who does it than some reporter. I see we have not started week 1 yet. That is correct. You have missed literally nothing. Setting up rosters took longer than expected, and then I still have to create all the coaches. But I wanted to do that live because I knew people were going to be not thrilled with me, and understandably so, had I kept not being live, so that's why we're doing it now. Sadly, as the Coco commish, I overturn your decision. We expect Estrada in London by Monday. What if Jalen Hurts balls out in the watch game, though? I thought we agreed Nick and Ader is a better Nick. Mahomes next in line. I mean, Mahomes is certainly on pace, but he's only started 4 years, although it's about as good of a 4-year start as you could ask. And if he keeps on this trajectory, he very well could pass Brady, but I still feel like it's early for people putting Mahomes in the, I don't know, top 10 conversation. If he does it for probably another 3-4 years, then maybe Estrada is coming to me for Aaron Donald. Are you sure about that? As an Eagles fan, Hurts will not ball out. Yeah, but it is Madden. He has Aaron Jones. He has A.J. Brown. He has all those users. So, he has that. Well, we're not watching the Bears. Their game lost for poll by 1 vote, but everybody is still playing. All the games we don't watch, we will go over the box score and recap them. So you'll see, everyone will still see how their team did, even if we don't watch them. Mahomo will fizzle out because of the 10-year contract curse. Well, how's that a curse? Nobody's ever signed that type of deal in real life. Like, baseball's kind of different. Because baseball's always been doing that, and it never works in the long term in baseball. But, I mean, with quarterbacks, being good for a while, the Chargers won the vote. The Chargers did not. They got 4th place in the first vote, and in the second vote, they were closer to the bottom as well. But if it makes you feel better, I picked the Chargers to win the Super Bowl in my preseason predictions. Not that it means anything, because we have no idea how any of these teams are going to do. But I did pick the Chargers to beat San Francisco. I didn't have the Chargers winning the division. I had them, I think, making it as like a 5 seed. For Easton Stick's left nut. What if Easton Stick doesn't have a left nut? My preseason predictions is... Oh, everything's going to be 100% wrong. We know nothing about these teams other than the sim year, and even so, I don't really remember how half these teams did. Actually, I guess I kind of do because of draft positioning. And the Chargers were really good. They had to pick, like, at the end of the first round and traded it. So, I guess they did get in the sim year, so I guess that makes me feel more confident. I don't know. Don't trust Hurts in an air raid offense. I mean, that's certainly fair. He doesn't have the elite arm talent. I feel like he would be better in watched than sim because of his running ability, and that matters way more in watched than sim. So I think he'll play fine in the watch games, but I'm not sure if he'll ever be really good in the sim. Whatever you put in your playbook is whatever is in there, so. 49ers won a playoff game. We don't need to talk about that playoff game. And then lost to... Oh, the Bats made it that far? I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. They did pick... They picked like 30th. So, yeah, they did make it really far. I forgot the Bats were that good. But we don't need to talk about your playoff win. Mickey Mouse win. Scoot is the best OFL quarterback of all time. He was barely the best quarterback on his team half the time. Although he was very good once he got a chance, but then he kind of fizzled out a little bit towards the end. Like, he was the backup to IT, and then he got to start, and then he was really good right away, and then he was just kind of there. Brady technically hasn't yet, but I think he will. Although with Brady, it's like you won't believe it until you see it. Okay, so we want we'll just go in alphabetical. The Shamrocks. That would be Byron Rightwich. Didn't you put up... I don't even remember. Now that I think about it, I do think we kind of got blown out. But we started Ian Book at quarterback, okay? It's not going to go well with Ian Book. Chargers going 10-6-1 with a Super Bowl. I had to throw in some ties there, although Madden doesn't really like their ties. In the past, there were like too many ties, and then Madden made a patch, and then there's like no ties in Sim. It's weird. What overall is the Browns? I don't remember, but we'll go through everybody's overalls as we pick their stuff, so you'll be able to see. Yeah, we'll rock with that. It better work for all 32 teams. It might not work for the last one based on how it's going. Here, we'll scroll through everybody's overalls real quick because I know everyone's going to want to see it. So... Everybody's evenly matched, which makes sense considering coming off a fantasy draft. But Broncos appear to be the highest. But Broncos could be good this year. That wouldn't totally surprise me. We're in 82? Shamrocks are 87. Saints are in 85. Yeah, there you go. I'm surprised we're in 82. I feel like our roster, at least like in day one, is probably one of the lesser teams right now. Seahawks. RMP is Blake Hayes. Okay, well, that's definitely a white guy. That's like the whitest name I can think of. Blake Hayes. Are you guys the lowest? I mean, the Black Knights aren't that bad. Lucario just took over Dublin today. So he is now in your division. Yeah, we gotta make him skin tone 1. We'll just rock with that. O-line is weighing you down. My O-line probably is too, although I actually kind of like our O-line. We have like 7 guys who I'd be comfortable with starting. The Saints, this is Gary's new team. I want my name to be Jamarquavius Bartholomew III. Okay, I can do that. I have like 10 minutes until work. What? Make him white? Okay, whatever you say, Chief. If you want anything special about your coach's appearance, now is the time to object, because you won't get to for the rest of OFL 22. I have not made Javi yet. Javi would probably be towards the end because of alphabet. We'll give Gary's guy a nice little beard. Here we go. No, do not do that. We're going to make Jamarquavius the palest person on the planet. Okay, after that, we got the Ravens. Okay, so we have to make Tim Tebow look like Tim Tebow. I hate the alphabet. Did I make sexy Reggie Peter? Oh, okay, that's sus. No, I have not, because again, alphabet. Tim Tebow's probably like sneakily jacked. I don't know why. I just get that vibe from him. Reggie Peters, trash coach. Garrett out here spitting. None of these look like Tim. We'll just go with that. You guys have a... Oh, it doesn't show up here in the buy. Oh, wait, no, because you're new coach, it doesn't say. Oh, wait, no, current roster count, 53. Okay, there you go. You have 53. Easton Stick and a family-sized box of Fruity Pebbles for JOK and Elijah Moore. At first, I thought that was going to say Elijah Chisholm, and I'm like, oh, maybe Nick will do that. But, no. I want my coach's name to be Matt Seggy. All right, I can do that. The Rams is probably Mr. Rob. Well, yeah, it's Mr. Rob. Good old Timothy Tebow. What a guy. What an absolute unit. We'll go with that. Easton Stick and a 7th round pick in 3 years from now from Chisholm. What a weird trade. Who would have thought Tim Tebow would coach? Me, because I've known he's going to coach for like 4 months. Throw in Aaron Donald, we've got a deal. Okay, we have our first CPU team. So for the CPU teams, I'm allowing us to come up with a meme for the coach's name. So for the Pioneers, it's pretty easy to come up with something for them with their jerseys. So whoever comes up with the funniest meme name for the Pioneers is the one we'll pick. For now, I'll do the other regular teams. New England, also a CPU team. You can think of a funny meme for either of these two. Whoever thinks of the funniest one will get picked. Henry Ruff. That'd be better if it was the Raiders. Although the Pioneers are technically the Raiders. So... if anyone has a joke about the Pioneers' brown jerseys or anything with New England. I don't know. New England is nothing to joke about because they've been so perfect. Paul Revere for the Patriots. That's clever. Just make Bill. That honestly is kind of a funny idea. Poop McAllister. I want to name one Poop McAllister. We've got Boob McAllister and we've got Poop McAllister. Vernon's probably jacked. He was a beast. The Niners and tight ends in the OFL go very well together. First Hakeem Butler and then Vernon Carter. The Deflatriots. Okay, I like that. Jamarquavion Kez, McJonathan Williams. There is no way Madden would allow that many characters. But if it did, I would be fine with that. You got the classic Adam Schefter. We should just keep the Lions as Dan Campbell. We need Dan Campbell in this league. Dan Campbell, I feel like would be a perfect fit in the OFL. It's a shame he doesn't know we exist. Mr. Editor. Mr. Jersey Editor. Dade Gaming. Make the Pioneers Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell would coach a team with who is the Pioneers like dirty jerseys. That'd be a good fit. Tampa Brady for the Patriots. I like that one. Junior, senior, the third football whiz, Mr. Ja. Okay, that one might be winning. That's gold. Wait, Poop McAllister makes extra sense for the Pioneers because their jerseys actually look like poop. Okay, Poop McAllister wins for the Pioneers. Final answer. That one just makes too much sense. I think Madden will let Poop. Poop isn't that bad. Sorry, my pet turtle typed that. Well, your pet turtle wins. Diarrhea McAllister. That's not as funny because Boob McAllister and then Poop McAllister. It makes sense. I think in the lead for the Patriots, unless we want to stick with Bill Belichick, because that in itself is kind of funny. All right, Benedict is like probably the most rich white guy name ever. We got to make this guy look like he's super rich. If your name is Benedict, you're rolling in cash. Prince Ulysses Bennington, the Fifth of England. Okay, I like that. I like it. All right, we'll make McAllister now. What if one day Glad came in here and chose to be the Pioneers and he's like, ooh, I don't want to coach the Pioneers. Their coach's name is Poop. That'll give me a bad image. Only the OGs understand what I mean by that. I guess you don't have to be that OG. This happened like 6 months ago when he had Adrian Assblaster on his team and he was like, no, I don't want him. Because he has a bad word in his name. Ah! Oh, Glad. What a guy. Yeah, Omni is the guy I'm talking about. We know him as Glad, but he's the same person. That's who I was referring to. Tyreek Hill was fined $10K for giving the peace sign at the Bills game. That should not be a penalty, but you have to at least make it consistent. Like, that falls under the taunting category. So, I'm not going to go through rosters because we have a whole roster video up. The only changes is all the stuff you've done in the preseason. So, I do not have time to go over rosters. We have to start actual streaming stuff. We were supposed to start watching games an hour ago, but because of yours truly here. Keep it urban. Well, the Jags, if the Jags were a CPU team, I would probably keep it as urban. But I don't think Pepper Jack wants that, considering he's actually like a Jaguar fan. All the trades are set, so they've already happened. It shouldn't be a penalty. I don't know why they didn't throw the flag. Exactly. Like, it shouldn't be a penalty, but compared to the other stuff they've called, it is one. Andy Morrison was really pasty. We have to make this guy super white. If I owned the Jags, I would keep Urban. Octi's always late. If he's not late, then he's not Octi. That's true. Although, for the rest of the streams, for the rest of the year, since I'm not going to have to do all the preseason stuff, it won't be a while late. Outside of the stream for week 1, I don't have, like, every depth chart to go through. So it's a lot quicker to set up. Future fourth and Keelan Cole for Chisholm. That's actually kind of a good deal. No, why are we going skin tone? Morrison is white as hell. Yeah, we'll just go with that one. That guy looks angry. All right, we're almost done, and then we will be able to start. I think for New England, I'm kind of thinking we should just go Bill, because he's never been in Madden. So it's just kind of funny. Octi will still... Oh, I'll still find a way to be late. I just won't be, like, unbelievably late. Like, I won't mistime it to where it's half an hour later. Because usually after week 1, setting everything up only takes about, like, 10 minutes. And after the trade deadline, if there's no trades, then it's even quicker. Okay, which guy here looks old? None of these guys are old. That guy's kind of old. Yeah, the Greg Rousseau deal's in. Every trade is in. The rosters are like, the trades are good, the depth charts are good, schemes, cuts, practice, everything, position changes, all of that is set and done. Creating the coaches is the only thing we have to do, and then we can start. Yeah, the Drew Lock trade is in. Everything is all good. If I didn't say your trade was vetoed, that means it is passed. So that, or in other words, that means it happened. There wasn't... Oh, did I not put a check? Well, it passed. Good old Shefty. The coaches are almost done. We probably have, like, I don't know, 10 more to do. I don't know exactly. But then we will finally actually start football. Tampa Brady was second. Tampa Brady was a good one. Does that mean Adam Schefter is on the Wizards? No, Adam Schefter is not on the Wizards. Because unfortunately, he is not in the game. Joe Judge, vomit. This is the last time you'll have to see Joe Judge in OFL. Forever. Unless he's a head coach again in real life, which I don't know why he would be. That'd be weird. That guy looks like a potato. Just looks like a potato in a human form. Well, obviously Brian Daboll's better. Shoot, I think I could do better. I wouldn't be calling QB sneaks on 3rd and 9 when you have nothing to lose. Send a thumbs up, chat, if you would rather the Bears game. If we have a retaliation that leads to the Bears game getting traction, then maybe I'll think about switching. But the other game did win. Yeah, so that means you guys have Avonte Maddox. If I didn't mention anything about your trade, then it's good. Did Apple make Eddie? Or Weddy? Your coach is... Oh, I forgot. I'm stupid. Okay, I'll fix that. I was like, I thought you said something, but I forgot what it was. That's right. So I think it was just you and the Bears who made a special request that's like not in the Discord name, I think. Someone dishonored the pact we made. Well, it looks like you've got to never vote for them again. Eddie kind of had a beard. Yeah, we'll give Eddie a nice little beard. But Black Knights are towards the end because they start with a B. If they started with like a Q, then we would have gotten to do them. The Quack Knights. That actually sounds kind of fire. But Quack Knights and just make it like a duck with like shining armor. That should be a team. If we're able to like edit teams in the future in Madden, we're making the Quack Knights. Mike English. Who is Mike English? Future Quack Knights head coach Mike English in the flesh. It's fitting that a team from London would be coached by a guy with the last name English. I had the Niners coach retire. Is it Juan Blanco or Juan Blanco II? Is it just regular Juan? With black and gold, yes. It would have to be like a golden duck. We want probably like skin 4. Yeah, okay, just regular Juan Blanco. Octavius Dates and Vikings coach. Do a P if you agree. I don't see any P's in there. I don't think you're P at the moment, bud. Okay, Falcons. This is another CPU one. I don't even think we need to talk about the meme because I'm pretty sure it's kind of easy. All in favor of giving Cobra Mike English type 1. Everyone put a 1 in there. Yeah, Damon Arnett got arrested again and cut again because he's an idiot. Osmosis Stones. That's like the hardest name I've ever heard. I am so naming my kid that one day. Yeah, no one's going to pick him up. The Chiefs was his second chance, and he blew it. So, hopefully he gets his stuff together. If only he knew y'all did. Well, he also hasn't typed anything in like 2 months in the server. So, if he wants to stay the coach of the Falcons, then he can get his position back. But I figured with all the stuff he's been doing, and that he hasn't said anything since, like, probably October... Lions pick up Arnett. God, please no. We do not want that. What's RSC's coach again? Shane Marino. Okay, that's what I thought. Damon Arnett, after being cut from a team because of gun charges, want to see me do it again. Oh, I saw that meme on Twitter. I feel bad for laughing about that, but, I mean... It's a funny meme. I can't deny it, even if it's, like, kind of messed up. It's a little bit humorous. I mean, come on. But hopefully he gets his stuff together. All right, we're almost done. We're now at the letter D. We're almost there. Bros around every day in the main server, but well, I guess he just doesn't have time for the OFL. That's fine. I mean, people have real life stuff. He runs his league, he runs his channel, so I mean, it would make sense why he wouldn't have time. Wow, both of the Metropolis middle linebackers are technically coaches because Miles Burrow, Mills made the linebacker Miles Burrow, and that's his coach's name. And then Boob McAllister's twin, Poop McAllister. How ironic. I think in the Metropolis series, Miles Burrow kind of looks like that. He has, like, shortish hair. So, we'll go with that. I think he's a ginger, too. Ohio State continues to pull out bumps and felons. I was supposed to say pump out. I don't think they're pulling out felons. Yeah, Noel runs 2 sim leagues and a YouTube channel, so it would make sense why he doesn't have time for this. So you can't blame him. Oh, this is hobby. That's right. Try to stay as active as I can, but I get that. Like, people obviously have real life stuff. Real life comes first. Like I've always said, the main channel always comes before OFL. If I had to get rid of one, I'm sorry guys, but If I was forced to back against the wall, gun to my head. Okay, that's kind of extreme. Is this how you spell his name? I think that's how you spell it. Oh, it's one R, two T's. Okay. I was on the right track. I had a stint when I was inactive for like 8 months. Well, I guess you weren't a coach, because since you've been a coach, you've been around. Javi would be like skin 5 or 6. I think he'd be like that. Yeah, that's fine. The upload today is Eagles. Would I get rid of main channel or OFL or well, the draft talk I don't really use that much, so for now that I would probably get rid of the draft stuff over OFL. Although that also doesn't take a lot of time. Like OFL takes a lot of time to do. The draft stuff doesn't, because for one thing, it's only like 4 months a year. Do you live in the suburbs? What type of It was an example, okay? All right, the Cardinals is also a CPU team. How can we meme the Cardinals? I got a good one. This is perfect. I don't know if we'll have enough characters, though, for it. Perfect. We had just enough. Cliff's late season collapse, but collapse is spelled with a K. Does the P go before the S in collapse? No. Okay, I was right. That's what I thought. Cliff is kind of like skinny. He's kind of small, just like his quarterback. Midget Murray Bennett. That would have been a good choice, too. At first, I was trying to think of something with Kyler, but then I was like, no, that's too perfect. Tyler. We'll make him Tyler Murray, and we'll make him super pasty. The Bucks. That would be Ian. That's his coach's name, right? Yeah, okay. Or if it was a CPU team, we could make the coach's name Kyle Trask as your starting quarterback next year. Yeah, if the Bucks are smart, he will not be. Because he's not qualified. But assuming Brady is done, which as I said, I think I would be very shocked if he isn't, then do they go after a vet? Do they draft someone? I mean, they're too good not to try to compete next year. Their roster is still loaded. They're going to lose pieces. They're not going to be as good, but they can still compete. We have a quarterback at school that's 5'9" and very fast, so we call him Tyler Murray. They trade for A-Rod. I don't know if the Packers would want to send him to the Bucs, though. Because they would realize Tampa Bay is still going to be good, and Green Bay is still going to want to win next year, even if they probably won't. So I think they would prefer to send him to the AFC. If Rodgers is gone, I think Denver's probably the most likely. If not them, maybe the Steelers. I should try out for I would not be a nice middle linebacker. I would get smoked. Those kids are giants compared to me. I always thought I'd be a decent corner, but never at like that level. But if I did play football, I think I would be a solid corner. Yeah, that guy looks just like Reggie Peters. Ray Lewis. Unfortunately, I am not Ray Lewis. As much as I'd like to think I am, I'm not 5'11". I'm like 5'9", if that. Matt Nagy is the only man. Okay, the Broncos is also a CPU. How can we meme the Broncos? The Broncos don't have a lot of laughable stuff, other than they have had no quarterback since, like, Peyton. So how can we meme the Broncos? I don't know. Can we do something with Mile High? Can we make, like, a 420 joke? Should we just name them 420 Blaze It? Because, you know, Mile High City. Unless someone thinks of something better, we'll do that. But I am very much open to suggestions here. Something with Elway. Ooh, we should do something like with John Elway's tall white quarterback. Okay. How do we want to do that? I got a good idea. Mile High Club is a good idea. So, we could do that. Or we could do this. That's not how you spell white. I think we'll have enough characters to do this. Okay, there we go. We could do Mile High Club or Elway banged a tall white quarterback. I think that's probably our choice. You should fit nice in the slot, but that means you'll never meet Faquantavius in the midfield, sadly. Poor Faquantavius. Alright, we'll try to make him look like John Elway. I would enjoy Snoop Dogg code. That actually makes sense, because, you know, weed. Okay, so let's have a quick vote. Do we want Snoop Dogg, Mile High Club, or Elway banged a tall white quarterback? Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco's on. He's busy. He's on our team. He's still playing. He's a Viking. Wasn't Carl Nassib a quarterback? No, that was his brother, Ryan Nassib. Snoop also owns a Little League team. I don't think him owning a Little League team would stop him coaching the Denver Broncos, given the opportunity. Okay, well, I'll change it to Snoop for now. Although LA banged a tall white quarterback is funny, and so is Mile High Club. One vote for Elway, another vote for Elway. I feel like this is just too much. We'll just go with Snoop Dogg. That's like 6 words. 6 words is kind of a lot. Okay, so he's skinny as hell. So if only there was one with like dreadlocks, that'd be easy. Do any of these guys have cool hair? Not really. Good old Giants legend Ryan Nassib. What a guy. Alright, the Black Knights. What is your coach's name again, Cobra? Just so I get it right. Because there is a lot of letters and a lot of words. It was something, I don't remember. Can I scroll up to it? Jamarquavios Bartholomew III. Is that what we still want? I don't know if this is... This will be enough characters. We'll be fine. Jamarquavios. Or Quavios. Start Flacco. I won't. Flacco has 90 throw power. I didn't realize it'd be that high. His throw power is only one thing lower than Malik Willis. That shocks me. Prince Ulysses Bennington is probably less likely to fit. But this did. Okay, I don't think any of these guys have cool hairdos, so... Start Joe Elite. If Malik Willis is bad and Ian Book is bad, then maybe I'll think about it. Alright, we're almost there. We have like a few more, and then I think we're finally done. I didn't realize it would take this long. Who did Pokemon? Oh, he wanted Kasim Lamb. Start Tyree. Tyree Jackson's not in the game. I looked for him in free agency. I looked through tight end. I looked through quarterback. I looked through fullback. He was not there. He was not in the roster, which makes no sense. Otherwise, I probably would... I would have maybe drafted Malik Willis. Maybe. I would have thought about it. I think Kasim Lamb's skin tone was like towards the middle. Yeah, so he'd be like a 4. We'll give him the handlebar stash. He definitely did not have that when he was in the OFL, but we'll roll with it. EA is well, I don't. Tyree would be in the roster because when we started, he was on the Eagles, and he still is. I made the thing. We started the fantasy draft before his injury, so it wouldn't be because of that. Octi is B. What does that mean? How am I B? Speaking of B, here are the beats. The famous Jameis plays like the Buccaneers' old McDonald star. Well, famous Jameis also threw 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Is Jake Luton in the game? I have no idea. Is he on a roster? Didn't he, like, start a game recently? That might have been last year for the Jaguars. I feel like he was on, like, the Giants or Bears this year. It might have been the Giants, and he actually, like, played. But I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. It might have been the Bears. I don't think I'm right about that. But I know he started a game for the he started a couple of games for the Jaguars last year. Deshaun Kaiser should be the Browns head coach. Why? He's on the Seahawks? I guess he'd be their third stringer because they also have DUI Gino. Okay, so do you want Matt Saggy or do you want John Zena? Is that how I'd say that? Zena? Should have made my coach Broadway Joe. Yeah, but Benedict is like that rich New York white guy name. It fits. It just fits. It flows. Matt Saggy. Okay, that's what I thought. Good old Matt Saggy. How do we make Matt Nagy look saggy? Email Gruden. Send him a quick little email. Hey, John, you have any more racist thoughts that we can expose you for? Anything in there, John? You got anything? Okay, I think we have 2 teams left, and I have no idea if it's going to let me create 32 teams now just because it's mean. So we'll start with the Aviators because they actually have the coach right now. Racism intended. Gruden McMisogyny. You could do anything. Gruden McRacist, Gruden McSexist, Gruden McHomophobic. You could pick any word you want there. Hell, you could probably put Gruden Feministic if you wanted. One hour, 0 game. I didn't know it would take this long to do the coaches, okay? But we're literally almost done. This is the last thing we have to do, and then we can actually start. Okay, if it doesn't work for the bats, since it like just doesn't let me do 32 for whatever reason, we'll close out of the save file, which is going to crash the game, because that's what it always does. That would mean we would have to restart the stream. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll try not to. How can we mean the bats? They were originally the Cowboys, so we could do, I don't know, no playoff wins in 20 years? Or I guess it'd be 1. I think they've won 1. Like how Nick's asked if we could start at 8, and Octi said that was too late. Here we are. It's 8 o'clock. That's when we're doing it. You got to repo. Well, we still have a lot of people in here. But maybe I might just want to restart the stream anyway, because this is 45 minutes of us making coaches. Cowgirl Prescott, Oswald Koppelbot. I mean, that's not a meme, but that is a funny name. I like that. Name a better coach for the Raiders than Cliff Kingsbury. Think about it. Well, I mean, Josh McDaniels isn't. I'll tell you that. And that seems like it's actually going to happen, too. Poor Raiders, man. They cannot catch a break. One and done. I like that. Zeros. Well, the Cowboys have a bunch of Super Bowls. Welcome back, Nick. You still have not missed a game. We're literally on the last team of coaches, and then we're starting. Oswald Coppelbot. I don't know anything about Batman, but that is a fire name. So. What else would be funny? Can we do something with like how Jerry Jones loves his high character guys? Debo Samuel's son. If this is the bats, then Wayne Bruce. Okay, I like it. I would say the best ones we got are Oswald, Wayne Bruce, One and Done, and Cowgirl Prescott. Elmo's World. Instead of Jerry's World, we can do Elmo's World. Okay, I'm sold. Jerry Stones is a good one too, but I'm sold by Elmo. I don't think we can make him red though. He says, check your DMs, you virgin. Well, okay, that's a weird way to ask him, but we'll roll with it. When we're looking back at like all the coach records and we just see Elmo's World in the thing. Okay, this is like probably the closest we'll get to Elmo. And it didn't work! Okay, I was expecting that. So I'm going to close out of this save file, which is going to crash the game. So we're going to restart the stream, and I'll be back in, I guess, just a minute. Unless it doesn't crash. I should probably save it first. If I didn't save it and lost all that progress, I would have been salty. Okay, so it's probably going to crash, so I'll see you guys in about 1 minute. Oh! Okay, it didn't crash. I was not expecting that, so I guess we're going to stay on this stream after all. Well, if it doesn't work, then maybe I'll just restart the game. 1 minute is too much. I'm sorry, that's the way it goes. If it still doesn't work, I'm going to restart the game. Okay, actually, there might be a better idea. Hold on. I think I have an idea. I do not know if this is going to work. But if I go to create a new character from this screen, it might work. Think smarter, not harder, kids. Ah, damn, it didn't work. Okay, I'll try user teams now. Oh.